Hello everyone, we're going to be watching a video by Brightside Paint, and it says 10 biggest sea dinosaurs that ever exist. Yeah, I'm just going to arbitrate and say it's marine reptiles. And there isn't going to be 10 giant ichthyosaurs, so I know. There's no, there is 2 dinosaurs that you're in the sea, or you're in water. A yacht, Spinosaurus, don't ask why. And what was it? Then we've got a Holscaraptor, but I don't think they're going to be featured. I'm just checking the volume. Why is it? Oh, dinosaurs. None of these are dinosaurs, just say so. What? Godzilla! Can't. Oh no, pain. That's not even. That's really.
The 10 biggest sea dinosaurs
that
ever existed on Earth.
I've seen them, but sometimes they're not.
The ocean is a pretty terrifying place, filled with sharks, venomous fish, and giant squids, to name a few. But whatever lives in the sea nowadays can't.
Sorry if I'm wrong, but what venomous fish? What is it? You're talking about clownfish? They're poisonous, not venomous. There probably is a venomous fish, I just don't know it.
Can't be compared with the huge monsters that dominated the depths millions.
Orcas can! Orcas kill great whites for fun. And also blue whales are the biggest animal ever, so.
Millions of years ago. And by monsters, I mean long extinct marine reptiles and dinosaurs.
Oh, I didn't hear you say monster. I'm not as mean as I was thinking to. Go check them out, but they don't know you saying monster.
Many people are better acquainted with the land-roaming giants of the past. This video will open your eyes to those that rule the waters. Before we dive into the prehistoric oceans, don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. As an official Brightsider, you'll always be in the know when we post something new for you, which is on the daily.
I might actually subscribe to some of these channels so I can see when they do a really bad video. But they do. I don't know. I think they have multiple bots, and this Brightside has multiple voices.
10.
Because
Pliosaurus.
That would be the top 10.
At first glance at this animal, your first thought is probably, "Whoa, a prehistoric."
You really think that's a prehistoric crocodile? It's actually closest to a dinosaur.
Crocodile. But looks can be deceiving because the two aren't really related.
They are.
Pliosaurus was a.
They are. It's a reptile still, so it's pretty. It's terrestrial, so it's close to terrestrials than it is to any other reptile. It's closer, and also because it's equally as close to terrestrials. It's equal as crocodilians as it is from gizzards, but still closely related.
Genus of 8 species belonging to the larger family of Pliosaurs. These prehistoric reptiles were characterized by short neck.
I'm just trying to work. Did you say 10 or 8? I'm just gonna.
Glance at this animal, your first thought is probably, "Whoa, a prehistoric crocodile." But looks can be deceiving because the two aren't really related. Yeah. Pliosaurus was a genus of 8 species belonging to the larger.
Oh, I thought you said that there was only 8 species for the entire family of Pliosaurs. I was like, what? Oh yeah, I gave birth as
family of Pliosaurs. These prehistoric reptiles were characterized by short necks, massive heads, and broad flippers. Pliosauruses lived during the late Jurassic period, around 150 to.
That's not the plural. It's pliosaurs, not Pliosauruses.
To 145 million years ago.
Their
remains were first discovered in Norway in the middle of the 19th century.
What are you doing?
They certainly were real giants, with the largest species weighing more than 30 tons and growing up to 30
tons? 30 tons? I was sure that the estimates was 1 ton, but that's the I put on. No, me.
Than 30 tons and growing up to 40 feet long. Also, this animal
That's
had an
deadly.
incredibly strong bite. In
Yeah.
fact, it was 4 times more powerful than that of the mighty
I'm
T-Rex.
taking this estimate of Predator X, I can't remember.
9. Chronosaurus.
10x.
Speaking of the pliosaur family, there's also the Chronosaurus. It had all the typical features of a
I can't remember what's happened now because I stopped using paleontology for a bit actually at one point. But wasn't that a massive genre if it's even a valid species? This video isn't too bad, but they are saying that these are sea dinosaurs, which immediately puts it on the
pliosaur.
tip,
A
and
large
it
head
fails.
with massive jaws, a short neck, and a thick, squarish trunk.
Basically the
They
exact
probably
same.
lived all over the world, given that their fossils have been discovered in both Australia and Colombia.
Was either one of those locations wasn't a valid species.
The largest Chronosaurus ever found was 34 feet long from
That
snout
seems
to tail,
like a bit
and
of a
likely
big
weighed
estimate.
about 12 tons.
Actually, it
This
might be
marine
big, I don't
reptile's
know.
teeth weren't really deadly. They were only a few inches long and not all that sharp.
That you can
Despite
still
this
kill
fact,
a few inches. That's at minimum a few's 3, so 3 inches. I can't remember how to convert inches into centimeters. I can convert feet into meters, just not inches.
Saurus was a savage
no.
and
But
successful
that's,
predator.
like, massive.
When pursuing
the
its
size of
prey,
the down.
it could reach super high speeds, and its bite was extremely powerful.
No.
8.
yeah.
Nothosaurus.
This thing could, I mean, it might be able to kill you, but it's 2 meters long, but its head's tiny. You could just hold its neck and it would die from suffocation. Yeah. I don't know why. So, why would you put it above them? Oh, the reason why I'm stuttering is it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not used to doing columns.
According to fossil evidence, these creatures were relatives of the pliosaurs and lived about 200
Of course,
million
everything is a
years
relative
ago.
of everything.
At about 15 feet long, the Nothosaurus
15.
wasn't among the largest prehistoric
See,
sea creatures.
Look how tiny that head is. Look how long that neck is. Hold its neck and it will die from suffocation.
But it was one of the most vicious. These reptiles had
How'd you know
long,
it's
needle-sharp teeth that it used to
How'd you know it was vicious?
catch squid and fish. Some experts state that Nothosauruses could snap their long heads sideways to catch a passing fish, kind of like how a crocodile does.
Well, a human, no chance it bites a human.
Surprisingly, researchers say that these reptiles shared a lot of similar features with the modern sea lion.
The sea lions hunt humans. No.
Nothosauruses had 4 legs that they could use to walk, just like sea lions do. Also, they lived and hunted in the ocean, but could come out on the shore to rest. Finally, experts still can't determine if they laid eggs or actually gave birth to their young. Hence the name, false lizard.
Why is that fastest?
7. Styxosaurus.
Oh, wasn't this tiny?
The Styxosaurus belonged to
Oh, I didn't mention. Oh, I thought it was terrifying. The 10 biggest, yeah. The pliosaurs are definitely the biggest. Oh, and the ichthyosaurs. What was it? Chunky boy. Chonkus Maximus. No, the massive ichthyosaur. But massive ichthyosaur isn't their first place. I will go. By sea dinosaur, they mean marine reptile. So.
the plesiosaur
It's not
family
very big.
and lived during the
It's
late
just
Cretaceous
I could
period,
just
around 85
hold
to
its neck
70
and it would
million
die.
years ago.
I mean, it might be a
Upon first glance at this dinosaur, you might mistake it for a sea snake.
Would you?
And
It
indeed,
has
that is
a big
mistake.
body. I did just
Styxosauruses
say
were
it was
about
basically
35
neck,
feet
but it's also got a body.
in length, but over 16 feet of that consisted just of their long snake-like neck. They had a comparatively small body and weighed approximately 4 tons.
That's
Their
not
mouths were
much.
full of razor-sharp, cone-shaped teeth that they used to catch fish.
I
They
imagine.
didn't need to chew their prey thanks to the 200 small stones
That's
called
a lot.
gastroliths in their bellies that probably aided in digestion. At the same
They
time,
pro-
some scientists believe that the Styxosaurus used these stones to sink to the ocean bottom in search of particular types of fish.
That isn't a fish, that's a squid.
Looks kinda like Nessie to me.
Don't! That one didn't even. That one went extinct before the end credit, which is extinction. If Nessie is anything, it is going to be a pliosaur. But I just thought it's probably just. It's probably what happened is probably there was a pliosaur. If it's anything, it's a pliosaur, but it's mostly likely nothing.
6. Alberto nectus.
I know.
The Alberto nectus was
so it's
another
another plesiosaur.
representative of the plesiosaur family, meaning that this marine reptile had a small head on an incredibly long neck and
Not
large
all
flipper-like lips.
plesiosaurs actually had that. Pliosaurs are part of Pleiosauria. I'm pretty sure.
That helped it move through the water. These creatures occupied the sea around North America 76 to 70 million years ago. The length of this sea monster could reach 38 feet. With its neck taking up
his head's tiny. I could just pull his neck and
3 feet of that length. Its neck was a true record breaker. It had a whopping 76 bones in
this is a massive.
No other animal known to humankind has had so many vertebrae in its neck.
How many vertebrae did Titanoboa have? I think yes, and 76.
Scientists aren't sure why they needed such a lengthy neck.
It's elbows.
Alberto nectuses might have used it to collect shellfish.
No, it's probably because a small head at the end of a really long neck. It means that they can grab fish easier, and it means that they don't activate as much.
Fish off the seabed, or perhaps it helped them capture their main prey, fish and squids. This aquatic reptile also had gastroliths in its stomachs. Some of them were as big.
Did I just see that in the corner? Did Megalodon turn into great white? No, it didn't. It went extinct, and even if it was about to be great white, it's not. It was Otodus. It's Otodus Megalodon. Not even Carcharodontus Megalodon. It's Otodus. But that's not this video.
Big as
another bad Brightside video I have to review.
5.5 inches in diameter. 5. Thalasselmedon. Thalasselmedon means Sea Lord in ancient Greek, and there's a pretty good reason behind this name. These representatives of the plesiosaur family were huge predators that could reach 40 feet.
It's not the biggest, but there hasn't been much size change because plesiosaurs were all about the same size.
In length.
They weren't all
That's about as big as a 4-story building. Their long flipper-like limbs could grow up to 7
feet. His head is still only about the size of this person's egg, so you can still hold it and suffocate it to death.
Feet in length.
Or just get an axe and chop its neck off.
Them to move through the water with shocking efficiency. The Thalasselmedon's amazing neck had 62 vertebrae and could be up to 20 feet.
That's a mosasaur head, I can tell. It's too big.
In length. That's half its body size. Like most plesiosaurs, these creatures had comparatively small heads, measuring just 19 inches.
You're just listing very similar genera and have nothing interesting about them.
That tiny head was full of long, sharp teeth that reached almost 2 inches in length. However, these reptiles were unlikely to use their teeth for purposes other than catching prey. Just like other plesiosaurs, their stomachs were full of stones that probably helped with digestion by rubbing up against each other when the
It's not even just over 8 minutes. You're confusing. I mean, I've just gone at not even 8 minutes.
gastric walls moved, crushing and grinding up the fish inside. 4. Tylosaurus.
Depends on the measurements, but I don't think it. It's big, but it's not the biggest. It's not even the biggest mosasaur by mass. That is, of course, it is. But if you're talking about Yamf, I think it is. Just don't take my word for it.
The Tylosaurus belonged to the mosasaur family. It dominated the shallow seas of North America about 85 to 80 million years ago.
There was a mosasaur.
This was an enormous predator, with the biggest representatives reaching 45 feet in length. It had a narrow hydrodynamic body with a blunt,
You might be right
head.
there, Brightside. I haven't tried what. That's just a bunch of sperm whales. Anyways, I thought the estimate was 15 meters.
that the
I wasn't
animal
on my
used to
dog.
ram and stun its
I
prey.
probably didn't
Its
realize.
body was equipped with agile flippers and a long tail decorated with a maneuverable fin. The Tylosaurus was a carnivore, and its diet included
Oh, I think all no, that's specific. All vertebrates in the ocean, I think, are carnivores, or 95% of them. Anything.
not
All
only
marine reptiles are
fish,
carnivores.
turtles, and small sharks, but also other mosasaurs, plesiosaurs, and flightless birds.
Oh, I
3.
haven't.
The Shonisaurus.
Don't think that's massive. Oh yeah,
The
that one's a
Shonisaurus
massive one.
lived on our planet during the late Triassic
I
period,
forgot it was the
approximately
giant.
215 million years
I'm
ago.
holding the mic.
The remains of this creature were first discovered in Nevada in 1920, not far from the Shoshone Mountains. This prehistoric reptile resembled a huge chubby dolphin. It was
No,
about
it
50
didn't.
feet long and weighed approximately
didn't even
30
have that.
tons, which is more than the combined weight of 2 sperm whales. There's
I thought it was estimate at 190. That must have been another.
an even more
I thought it was as big as a boy whale. 30 tons is not as big as a boy whale. That's why it's 3.
fascinating fact about the Shonisaurus, other than its incredible size. This creature didn't have any teeth.
You proceed to show a depiction with teeth. Those are teeth. I noticed. I'm trying.
Researchers figured out that its babies had teeth when they were born, but they fell out as they matured.
Then why you showed
One
the
theory
pictures of it?
suggests that Shonisauruses probably didn't need teeth due to their sheer size.
But it wasn't that massive.
2.
So-
Mosasaurus.
How's Mosasaurus second?
The
Big 15.
Mosasaurus is a truly gigantic predator that
Yeah,
dominated the
yes,
seas
that's
all
fine.
over the world about
T-Rex is still
66
bigger.
million years ago. According to
Yeah, I was
fossil
about to
evidence, some specimens could be more than 50 feet in length.
What?
This fact makes the
That was for Tyrannosaurus. So you've switched the estimates between Mosasaurus and Tyrannosaurus.
the biggest marine carnivore of its time.
Oh, of its time. And so I thought you said of all time, and I'm going to be like, blue whale. But that is right.
One of the most terrifying things about this creature was its crocodile-like head, decorated with literally hundreds of razor-sharp teeth neatly organized in 2 rows on both jaws.
Sorry.
The thing is that it was pretty challenging for the Mosasaurus to grab its prey in the water. That's why it had all these teeth. Plus, something special, pterygoid teeth anchored to the bones on the roof of its mouth. This made hunting and holding onto its prey much easier.
You also don't.
1. Shastasaurus.
That might be the one which I read 190.
The Shastasaurus is the biggest marine reptile that has ever existed. These predators lived during the late Triassic period about 210 million years ago. These amazing giants could reach lengths of up to 69 feet and weighed more than 75 tons.
That can't be the right estimate. Blue whales weigh 199 tons as the hardest one on record. And I remember I was worried that they would take over, so I don't think it's that species, which was the one that was the biggest. Or you said
This made the Shastasaurus as heavy as a blue whale.
Now, I noticed off the top of my head, the largest blue whale ever was 199 tons, like I keep saying. And I think that was probably a massive, or like a giant one, but still, that's a genuine species.
And if you could stand this creature up vertically, it'd be as tall as a 7-story building.
Also, blue whales are 31 meters long. So.
Despite appearances, the Shastasaurus was actually pretty slim for its size.
Yes, that
its
means
rib
it's-
cage was only 6 feet across. Yeah, only. You'd think that this big guy was chowing down on other dinosaurs, but that's not the case at all. This reptile survived on a diet that consisted of small fish and cephalopods, like octopuses and squid. What giant sea creature impressed you most of all? Do you know of?
Now I'm just gonna check the comments. As a joke, of course. Oh, good. Eli Inc till the time period. Yeah. You've just angled all Spinosaurus fans, but that doesn't matter. Because we don't yet explain Spinosaurus fans. No. We're going to... No, we're not. Down the road. No. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to leave it on there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more content. Dumping on Brightside. They're almost at 50 million. We're gonna send a 50 mil award. No. They're not growing quick enough. Well, they're verified. They're verified, but I'm not. If you subscribe for more content. If we hit 50
of any other.
I watched Jessica 2 episode 1, which has nothing to do with this, but it's technically a react, so so not react to someone else's content. No. Please like this video to spread it to a larger audience. Thanks for watching, and bye bye. Oh, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye.